What's up, y'all? This is Charlotte Piper coming to you from my beautiful home in Colorado. And I was actually going to my intention was to shoot this video outside today, but it's actually insanely hot out there for it being September 3rd. And so I think I'm going to stick inside my cool air-conditioned office for this one. I hope you don't mind. Today, the topic of the video is the fact that you become who you believe you are. You become your belief, or your world basically is a reflection of your belief system. And this is a really scary idea for some people because essentially what this suggests is that we're accountable for everything that we create in our lives. And some of us don't want to take responsibility for what we've made of our lives. And it's not to judge, definitely not saying that from a place of judgment whatsoever. It's more or less an observation. And it's an observation that I can honestly make because this is something that has become revealed to me over the last couple of years. Now, those of you who don't know me aren't familiar with my story. And my story basically is this. I was raised in a single-parent household by a verbally and mentally, spiritually, emotionally abusive parent. And and my other parent was absent from my life for a very long time. In fact, the only time that my other parent decided to contact me was when she needed something from me. And I grew up believing that I essentially wasn't worthy of success or of love or to have a lot of the finer things that I have now. And this perpetuated itself in my life for a very long time. I went through repetitive cycles of self-abuse, and which I was attracting to myself people that were taking advantage of and abusing me. And up until I was about 28 years old, this was happening to me. And then basically, when I ended up homeless with my young daughter for the second time in my life, the light bulb went on. And I really started to examine my life. And I really started to come to terms with the fact that I really didn't want to live the way I was living. And that perhaps it was time for a change. And perhaps it was time for me to change. And so what I came to learn throughout this process was the importance of understanding what I believed about myself, essentially. And because what I came to understand was that the process of change is an inside-out job. It's not something that you can do from the outside in. And as soon as I started to figure that out, things started to really unfold in a very magical way in my life. I've gone from being completely broke, no vehicle, no job, no home, no food, didn't know where my next meal was going to be, how I was going to feed my child, whether or not I was going to be sleeping on the street that night, to now I am a successful business owner who I run my own company online, and I make a pretty decent living doing it. I'm married to the man of my dreams. My daughter is a beautiful, thriving little 10-year-old girl. She has her issues, but we work every day to instill in her a sound sense of self and help her understand her purpose in this world, which is something that I never got as a child. And I feel like maybe my path might have been different if I had gotten that sort of positive reinforcement when I was younger. At any rate, it's safe to say that my life is diametrically different than it was, oh, I'd say probably that was about 6 or 7 years ago that I really decided that I needed to change myself and I needed to work on my belief. And I needed to understand why my life was the way that it was. And here's what I found out. I found out that my life became a reflection of what I believed. My belief was simply that of lack. My belief was that I didn't deserve to have everything that I have now and to have the success that I have now. And I had a very misplaced sense of self-doubt, that I wasn't going to be able to make any kind of impact in this world. And what I came to find out is that's absolutely not the truth. And it's not my truth. And what I came to understand is that it's so much more than that. Everybody has something inside themselves that is powerful beyond measure. But the scary thing about that is that once you recognize that and you're ready to embrace it, now you are forced to take accountability. Or I hate to use the word forced, but you can't really be responsible for your life without being accountable for your life. And so essentially what I'm trying to say is that once I took accountability for my life and I was able to understand that essentially everything that is my life now I've been able to create based on my belief system. Once I was able to figure that out, I was really able to step into some serious power that many people only catch a glimpse of, and even more people aren't even aware of. But I'm here to tell you, I'm alive today, and I'm here to tell you that you can have whatever you want. You can be whoever you want to be. You just have to start with, what's in here, what's in your heart. What do you say to yourself every day? When you're looking at yourself in the mirror, what kind of thoughts go through your head? Are you telling yourself that you're worthless, that you don't deserve goodness, that you don't deserve what you have, that you don't deserve to be loved? Are you telling yourself these things? If you're telling yourself these things, then take a look at your life and really observe how these thoughts are reflecting back at you. What kind of relationships do you have? What kind of living circumstances are you in? All of that can change in a blink of an eye when you change your mind and you change your heart and you decide, you make a conscious decision to believe that there's something more and that you are powerful.